Hey Siren Lover, magical being. If you've been here before, it's good connecting with you. And if you're new here, welcome to the Siren Pod. Call me Violet. Today I'm drawing some messages. It's connected to a thread of energy that I felt on my previous video. If you haven't seen it, you can check that out. It's where I'm just re-welcoming everyone into the space, talking about the cosmic siren frequency and the space that it's meant for. And in that video, I was drawing some cards, and there was this thread of energy that was around an experience where either it felt like a self-betrayal, a self-abandonment, or there was this energy of someone saying something, whether it was about you, I'm putting these back, whether it was about you, something about you. It could have been gossip, it could have been secretive, but it was as if these words felt like a betrayal to you. It could have been someone close to you or someone you trusted, but the words hurt. It hurt someplace inside of you, and it was this energy of like, after that, it felt like you dimmed your light a little bit. You hid your truth a little bit. You might have molded a little bit. So I wanted to follow that thread of energy here in today's reading. So if any of that resonates with you, then there are messages here to find you. So let's look into this energy, just about the situation, that thread, anything that wants to come up. Okay, oh, let's put these back. So the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Swords is the one that came out in my last reading, so we'll connect more with that. We have the King of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Page of Swords in the upright. And last time I was talking about, yeah, a lot of mental energy here with the swords. So in the Eight of Swords here, it's definitely this feeling of, like I said previously, but feeling kind of like stuck or trapped, bound by something. But in the Eight of Swords, of course, you know, you can take off the blindfold and move forward. So it's more about feeling trapped, but it's more of your own fears and limiting beliefs that are trapping you. And it's more like you're the one getting in your way of taking a step forward. With the King of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Swords, it could have been a time when it could have been a time when I'm feeling the vibes of the King of Swords being some type of mentor, and the Page of Swords representing you at a time when you were very curious, you were very open-minded, you were open and willing to explore different aspects of yourself, different ideas, different perspectives, kind of like expanding your mind. The Page is the youngest in their journey. It's the beginning of their journey. And it seems like you were met here with a person that was a King of Swords in the reverse. And this is more of a masculine energy of the swords. And this isn't gendered, by the way. It could be any gender expression. But since it is in the reverse, I am wondering if you had looked up to this person or idealized them. And however, with it in the reverse, it does give us this feeling of reflecting a truth that they might not have been standing in their own supportive power when they said these words to you, these words of discouragement, these words that made you rethink yourself, that kind of led you to actions to betray who you were. Something that they said might have steered your path a little bit. Maybe you had a new idea about yourself, maybe you were growing, or maybe you were just more stepping into your truth of who you were. And this King of Swords energy said something that pushed you in a different direction. They may or may not have, been consciously aware, but with it in reverse, the energy feels like they definitely weren't in the most supportive or aligned place for you. So it is this energy of, discernment, taking what everyone says with a grain of salt, right? Because you should be trusting more like how you're feeling. This is a lot of mental energy, and if something that they said didn't land in your body quite right, it didn't make you feel good, and then you were having actions based on those words coming from a fear place, then that doesn't mean that was in alignment for you, right? Let's explore more here. It's interesting that this card came out again. I mean, this is what I pulled, the Eight of Swords last time and the Seven of Swords, so that's what the situation was about. So it's just like this reminder here of, yes, this is what it was. And also these are the players involved, which was you and some type of mentor, some type of person that you viewed above yourself in some way. And so you took what they had to say to heart and very seriously over your own exploration. Okay, let's pull a few more just to see what else is going on here. Anything else about the situation that wants to come out so that we can then start diving into the patterns that's happening here, exploring some inner child healing and taking a step forward. So anything else that wants to come out about this situation? Oh my, you can't even, I can't even make this up. So yes, the Seven of Swords is literally the card I drew the other day about the situation. And here, this magic card came out. So in this tarot deck, they had an extra card, which is this magic card. So that's exciting. I'm excited to read it. So these are the extra two cards that wanted to come out just as extra for the situation. And it's supporting and reiterating everything. So the fact that this card came out again about the situation is, yes, we are going to, in this reading, follow this dagger of truth, this dagger that made you feel betrayed, like a stab in the back. It's sinking here into the ocean, and there's some hidden truth here. And we are sirens, right? Siren lover, magical being. We are connected to siren energy, and we are going to dive deep here into our feelings, into whatever this is. So we will keep this here. And magic. I love this card because it has this cauldron here, the cauldron on the fire, and it has all these different tools that you can use, right? There's a knife, there's a gemstone, an arrow, and a cup. I think those are all four suits here in this one. And it has all the elements going. It's under the moon with some mushrooms, and it's like you can make anything here. Like, it gives, magician card energy, but it's also like there's a question mark here. So it's also like, I feel like Seven of Cups energy is also. There's this Seven of Cups card I have. I think it's in this deck, where the Seven of Cups, it's this teacup, and it's blank, but it has all the herbs in the background on the shelves. And it's like you can create anything you'd like, whatever feels aligned for you. And that's what I'm feeling right now. Those two cards together, it's you can take anything that you want and create. So for example, in this situation, when this person said these words, if these words didn't resonate for you, if these words felt like a no, you can repel that. You don't have to take that with you, because we interact with so many, energies every day. We see a lot of TV commercials, advertisements outside. You know, we see a lot of signs and messages, physical and not. We see a lot of symbols, we see a lot of animals, we may talk to a lot of different people. There's so much information that we are taking in constantly, whether you're aware of it or not. And you pay attention to certain things. You decide what to pay attention to. It is your choice which of these elements, what things come, so that you can create what you want for your life. It's that, some people like to say confirmation bias, but it's what lenses are you wearing and what lenses are you seeing the world through. Whatever feels good, you can take that, right? Because you want to make this concoction out of everything that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you don't need to take it, right? All right. Good to know. I'm just, so of course, so I wanted to share a story because if you're on this journey with me, if you're here, you may see like signs and synchronicities like a lot, you know, repeating numbers, different things that you can't explain. And the other day after I recorded my beach video, you know, introducing about Cosmic Siren and all this stuff, right afterward, I got ice cream and I was walking to my car, and there was this woman walking toward me, and she had like shorts on, but on her like left upper thigh were scales coming out, like mermaid scales. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's definitely confirmation for me, because that's rare. I don't usually see mermaid tattoos often at all. And so when I do, I'm just like, oh, that's amazing. So obviously after that, after filming my video, that was like extra confirmation. And then I kid you not, so when I got home, I was editing the video, you know, trying to put it on my computer, and things kept going wrong. Like, I don't know, storage space was full, all this other stuff. And I was like, why isn't this working? Like, why doesn't it want me to upload? You know, getting to my head a little bit, doubting myself. You know, you feel excited when you do something and then you start doubting it, right? You're afraid, right? Your human mind is afraid of the expanse. So then my roommate, my friend came and said, oh, you have a package. And I'm like, oh, what is it? Because I never remember what I have. And so when I opened it, oh my gosh, it was something that I ordered on Kickstarter. And you know, Kickstarter, it takes like 6 to 10 months to come. So I wasn't sure whenever this thing was coming, and I forgot it was even coming. But when I opened it, it's a bunch of mermaid pins, and they're based on the astrological planets. So this person made them like the planet as a mermaid, and it looks like a cosmic siren. They have stars, they're mermaids. Oh, it was just like another confirmation. And you know, it was happening right then and there, right? It could have came the day before, it could have came the day after, but the fact that I had filmed my video, saw the mermaid tattoo, and then all these cosmic siren pins came, it was all just like the way it happened in that way was just, it was perfectly for me. So wait, what was the point of me saying this? I feel like I had a point of saying this. Oh, I think it was this card. See, I was like mid-sentence forgetting. But yes, so you can take everything, all that information that you come in, you can take it and have it have meaning for you if you want. And the ones that don't resonate, you don't take them with you. Trust in the divine timing of things. Trust that the universe is orchestrating everything for you when it happens for you. Because it's moments like what happened to me that make it feel very magical. And I am a very magical person, just like you. And so for those things, they really hit and resonate, and I really listen to them. So when those things happen for you, you know, you don't need to say it's a coincidence, right? It happened for you that way, specifically for you, because maybe no one else would understand, but you do, and you have to trust yourself. Okay, let's explore this. The wound. Why did this wound you so much? Why did what they say change or wound you? What about what they said? What about that wounded you? What is the wound that we're looking at? So, yeah. We have the 7 of arrows in reverse, which is wands, and then we have the 1 of swords in reverse. The 7 of arrows, I don't know, in the past, when you were younger, you may or may not have tried to express yourself, your voice, your feelings, your opinion, your perspective, and it was met with resistance, right? Like, don't share that again. Or if you were expressing emotions, maybe they're telling you which emotions weren't appropriate, not to, display that. Our parents' generation, it's hard for them to express their feelings, right? They weren't taught that. And so us, they were doing the best they could, but we are taught here, depending on your upbringing, if you're here, this is probably you, to silence your voice. And so there's this wound of you've learned to not trust your voice and yourself. You've learned that what you have to say and your feelings, your truth, shouldn't be expressed or not prioritized or important. And so you tend to go by what other people say. You might be a little bit more influenced, or this is the wound it picked on, right? You since you're here, you may have moved past that, but the wound is still there. When all these voices and all these other things, people are coming, there's a part of you that chooses to listen to them rather than your own voice. And it causes you to not get clarity. You might have been clear about something before. You might have been open and wanting to explore something, but it alters that. You start feeling confused. You start feeling lost. You start feeling unsure of where you want to go or what your path is. But that's all mental energy. You know your path. You can feel it. You might be scared to admit it, but you know what you want to do. You know the path for you. But because of all these different opinions or perspectives or ideas from others, you start not to stand firm in your truth, and it gets foggy for you. And it's also there's this idea again, like what I said, is you can choose what to put into your pot, what to create in your life. This wall, put the wall higher. If people aren't saying high supportive things for you, if people aren't saying things that motivate you and encourage you, if people are only saying things that bring you down, then your barrier, your wall is not high enough, because they shouldn't even be able to get past this. Who is in your inner circle? They say you are the sum of the energy of the 5 closest people that you hang out with, or the 5 people that you hang out with most. Because energy really does affect you. You are an energetic being. You are a siren. And other people's moods and perspectives, they can really, really influence you or affect you. So put your wall higher. The ones that should be getting through to you are the ones that see you for who you are, your heart, the ones that support you, the ones that cheer you on, the ones that say, oh, I know you can do it. Because if your wall is so low, that means your boundaries are not high. Your boundaries are not stable. Your boundaries are not clear. Get clear on your boundaries. If it doesn't support me, it's not for me. If it doesn't encourage me and help me express my truth, then it's not aligned for me. If it doesn't feel good, it's not meant for me. In addition to this wound, I just want to pull a card from your inner child. Anything that they want to express or say. We have the 8 of stones. In this Eight of Stones card, you can see these gemstones hanging. And then you have some candles here. It's very creative energy, very pretty. It goes again to this creation that I'm saying. It seems your inner child used to do something that they really loved enjoying. It's something that you spent a lot of time doing when you were younger. Maybe you were very creative. Maybe you did like gemstones. Maybe you liked making jewelry. It doesn't have to be. It could be candle making. It could be collecting things like shells. It doesn't have to be shells, but collecting whatever. But it is something that you maybe liked displaying. You could have liked drawing and liked putting it up on the fridge or something, but it's something when you were younger that you really enjoyed spending your time doing. It could be reading too, anything that's coming up for you right now, but you really enjoyed it. You spent a lot of time doing it because you really enjoyed it, and you might have been pretty good at it. And it's this message again of for this inner child healing, especially, getting back to your truth, getting back to what brings you joy, getting back to paying attention to your energy. It goes again into the creating and feeling good. It's pay attention to what you're spending a lot of your time doing, and does that make you feel good? Does that light you up? Is it a yes energy? Should you be putting it in your magical pot that's going to give you the dream life that you want? Because if you're mixing this pot with things that feel like a no, that feel like self-doubt, then that's what's going to be in your life, right? You are the conscious creator of your life. Life is a reflection of your energy, your frequency, right? So what actions are you taking to make your frequency higher, magical? Let me know in the comments below, what did you do as a child that you loved doing? Do you still do it? Do you not do it as much? Is there something that you've been wanting to get back to? It doesn't have to be when you're like a very, very young kid. It could be any time in your life where you really want to get back to doing this. You spent a lot of time doing it. It made you feel really good. Maybe someone told you that it couldn't get you somewhere. Maybe someone told you it wasn't valuable because it doesn't make you money. Maybe someone told you, you should be spending your time doing something else, and maybe you stopped doing it. Maybe someone told you it was childish and you can't do it anymore. For whatever reason, it was someone else that told you, but you want to get back to it. So let me know what this is for you. I'd like to know. I loved those when I was younger. I don't know if they had like all these creative kits. There was this one. It was like a gemstone kit. It had a ring and it had a flat circle, and you could glue different gemstones on it, and it would tell you what each gemstone meant. I love those things. Okay. And let's pull a card. Who would my Siren Pod family be? Actually, let me get to this pattern. We looked into the wound a little bit. I want to get into the pattern. What pattern is this attached to? How does this show up in their life? The pattern that they keep playing out over and over again. Oh. Oh, look at this. The Queen of Cups. You are the Queen of Cups. It's not gendered. This is just feminine energy. And then the Lovers. We have a choice point. The Queen of Cups energy is someone that is connected with their feminine energy, their divine expression. It's connected with your emotions. It's connecting with the kind of like the ebb and flow of the day. You flow and create and are expressive. You are emotional. You trust in yourself and your feelings. You connect with things outside of you. You use the environment and the energy of what's around you to connect. And when you are in this power, you can be a magnet for other people, because this is such a tasty energy. People can't get enough of it. It's very supportive and nurturing. And there is this pattern that you have of, when it comes to connections, when it comes to your relationship with someone else, it doesn't matter what type, platonic, romantic, familial, otherwise, it doesn't matter. Others may rely a little bit too much on you when you're expressing this. Let me pull one more card, because I asked for the pattern that plays out in your connections, and I just want one more card to explain the Queen of Cups and the Lovers and the patterns and how it plays out in their connections. In what way? What does the connection look like? How does it affect them? Oh, all right. Hold on. My cards just flew across the room. And we have 10 of Cups in reverse. Yes, so there's because of what was said, or especially if this happened when you're younger and this is the type of energy you've been playing out in your life, you may have played the Queen of Cups role for most of your life, nurturing others, supporting others, being that maternal place in someone's life where they feel like they can express their emotions and feelings. And being a Queen of Cups is beautiful, but what I'm getting at is, in your connections with someone else, that is the role that you've been playing. Your dynamic has been, you are that person that others go to. You may help teach them how to express their emotions and their truth when they don't know how. You may have been that person in their life to guide them. But when we have because the 10 of Cups here is in reverse, the 10 of Cups is the happy card, the feeling very nourished and fulfilled in your life, feeling emotionally satisfied and supported, you're thriving. But since it's in reverse, what I was getting at here, I just wanted extra confirmation, because in this context, you've played the role that you were meant to play based on what someone said. And on paper, this looks really good. But it's always been your role for you, and it's as if you don't have that role reflected back to you. For example, in the Lovers, the Lovers is a line choice. It's like the symbiotic relationship between two people. It's they at their core, they can mirror each other and see things within each other. They're still different, but just them being themselves, existing and thriving in their self, it creates this very harmonious connection, like a bee and a flower. A bee is a bee, a flower is a flower. But naturally connecting, not changing. The flower doesn't change for the bee doesn't change for the flower, but just naturally how they are, and when they connect, it's a very supportive relationship and connection. And you have a pattern of bending, supporting, and nourishing the connection, but the only one supporting and nourishing the connection. It's like you have thought that, well, this is your purpose, that the other person can't do it, so this is your role in the connection, but that is untrue. It should be reciprocal. You may have believed that it is your purpose and role as the siren to be that comfort for the other person. You might have made excuses like, oh, well, they were never taught, or, oh, they just don't know how, or, oh, they help me in other ways, so it's okay. But it's not okay. Because you are a siren. You thrive in depth. You are deeply connected to your emotions. Your soul is made from stars. And if you are going to be connected to humans, then they have to be able to dive deep. You need to go meet a scuba diver or a surfer if they're not going to be magical too. But it's this idea of this is like a pattern for you, is being that caretaker and role in the dynamic, and it's not nourishing. And you're choosing this. The lovers, this is a connection, this is a choice point. You have a choice, right? You have a path. And the path that you have been choosing is, well, you've listened to other people's words. You may have molded yourself or changed yourself or hid yourself or dimmed yourself. You learn to be this role in your connections. And in the end, you don't feel satisfied. Something feels off. You're not growing or thriving. You don't have the life that you initially wanted or still want. But this is a pattern. These are all day-to-day cards, except for the lovers. The lovers is a choice point. So this is how to shift. I'm going to pull some cards to shift from this pattern, but it's already in here. When you make more connections, which you are, you're always making connections because you connect well with others. Whether or not they can show up and be close to you, that's not the point. The point is you connect with others. But it's this choice point again of what feels good. What are you going to put in your pot? Because you connect with everyone. You are a siren. You're magnetic. People will come to you. Think about it this way. A siren is a siren, right? There's people going to come for different reasons. They hear the voice and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. I want to find out more. And they're curious, right? They're open-minded. Some are going to look at you with strange eyes with the wrong intentions, right? But you're just being a siren. You weren't doing anything to warrant that. Just because you connect with, just because they are attracted to you and come to you doesn't mean that they deserve to be in your inner circle energy, right? You have to make a choice and discern what is a yes and what feels good. All right, let's do messages though on to shift out of your pattern of being that role and caretaker for other people constantly over and over again. And oh, all right, we have the 9 of stones, and let's pull another one. Queen of Stones in reverse. This also came out at the very end of the reading. So yes, you were in a really place of mental energy. And now we're dropping, I told you, into, like you need to, into your body to feel your feelings. But stones, where are you investing your energy and time? And again, this card came out with the inner child because you know what it feels like to feel really good when you're doing something. You know what it feels like when you want to spend a lot of time doing something. You feel really good about it. You already know what that feels like. 9 of Stones, tend to your inner garden. I mean, it's more messages from the other video, but again, nourishing yourself. What are you going to put in your space? What feels good for you? You know, if you are in a home and you have your own room, for example, and you want to make it a place that feels like a sanctuary, what type of things are you going to include in it? If you don't like something, if it makes you feel really bad, are you including that in your space? And I'm talking about, yes, your physical home space, which is very important, because when you go home, it should feel home, whatever that means to you. It just needs to feel very supportive for you. And everyone likes different things. Some people like it very shiny and bright. Some people like it very neutral. Some people like dark and moody colors. That's all subjective for your human self, but follow what makes it feel good for you, and only you can decide that. And pay attention again to the yes and no energy. If something or someone doesn't make you feel good, if you don't want to bring them into your home environment, if you don't want to bring them into your inner space because it makes you be in this mental energy of doubt and fear and limiting yourself, don't bring them home into your physical space. That is a message. Also, don't bring them into your inner energetic circle. You can respect who they are. You don't even have to dislike them. You can just acknowledge that their energy is not nourishing and aligned for you, and so you keep them on the outer ring. Right? Queen of Stones, it's in reverse. Stop being that pillar of support for people. Now, that just came out. I'm never going to tell you what to do. You know, trust your own inner guidance. That just came out though. So that is a message for someone. Again, I think I said, yeah, this is making a lot of sense. If you have other people that are relying on you, it could be in any capacity. It could be through work. It could be through your personal life. But to some extent, you know, little ones, it's a little bit different, but you still need to nourish yourself. Be that pillar of support for yourself. Don't think that it is your responsibility to support others. Because look, you've done it for yourself. You've connected with yourself. You've done your inner journey. You've gone on a spiritual journey. You've been healing. You've been loving and respecting yourself more. You've been trusting yourself more. You've been, you know, following your curiosity. If you're here, you've been wanting to expand and keep going, right? If you have done that, other people can do that. There are so many different types of people out there in life, and you want to bring the people that are similar to you, that do similar work, that can create these harmonious relationships, because they naturally are that way and you naturally are that way. So when you come together, it connects and supports the other. You don't need to bend over backward and break yourself for that. You discern where to place your time and energy. Okay. Now, let's look at, without this pattern, without these fears, these limiting beliefs, how would their life look different? Once they let go of this fear and step into who they are at their core, how will their life look different? Okay. We got the World in reverse. We got 3 of Swords. And we got the Devil. Your world is going to go around. It's going to feel like a new cycle. You know, when you start a project or end a project, or the coming and going of seasons, it's like this new cycle is coming and going. It'll be like a new chapter in your life. It'll feel like a new chapter. It's not going to feel like you're in the middle. It's going to feel a little bit different, fresh, something shifted. Well, because you will shift timelines. You're finally going to start healing. It's like you have a hook. Yes. There's a wound here that can't heal because the knife is still in. We've uncovered a little bit of that. Now that it is unhooked, you can start healing. It feels like a little relief, like it's a little bit painful, and there's a little, and then it feels like a relief, right? And since Unhook came out, I have this ritual guided experience that I created. It's on my website, I'll link it down below, but it's called The Sirens' Lost Cry, and you journey into the lost cry, the voice that was silenced. You journey into the source of your repeating patterns so that you can connect with that and give it space and room to be heard, so that you can love that part of yourself, listen to yourself, witness to your pain, and shift out of it. I'll link it down below. It's very healing. But moving on, this new chapter, it's going to be a new cycle. You're going to start healing and you're going to indulge, which is going to be fun for you. I don't know the last time that you have indulged in yourself. And it's going to feel really fun. It's going to be a lot of pleasure. And you may not have done that for yourself in a while. But you're going to start doing things that you want to do, that make you feel good. It's some of your guilty pleasures or not. But you're coming from a space and a place of knowing your limitations. This isn't like a negative devil energy. Some people might think of the devil as negative. No. You are going to indulge in what feels good and your pleasures and passions. Coming from someone where you didn't do that before, this is going to feel really good for you. And then you're going to start putting all these yeses in this pot, and then watch as your life starts changing. Right? The spider makes a home and it captures the things that it captures. A spider doesn't eat everything. Only the things that it wants, right? If a leaf goes on it, it checks it out and it's like, oh, it's a leaf. I don't really want to consume a leaf, so I'm not going to, right? It says no. It discerns. And when it's something nice and juicy, it's going to devour it. Decide what you want to devour. And for the things you don't want to devour, don't devour them. Just because someone tells you to eat that, look, with food, for example, I don't like olives. Do you like olives? If someone told you to go eat an olive, are you going to do it just because they tell you to? It's disgusting. No. Well, sometimes. But then you regret, right? You're like, oh, I still don't like olives. You don't need to do that. I think for food, it's easier for people. They don't eat what they don't like, and they eat what they do like. It applies to everything else in your life. It's just yes and no. Yes and no energy, okay? All right. Let's just pull some final messages. All right. Okay. We have 4 of Swords, 4 of Stones, 4s, and 2 of Swords. Double 4s and a 2. 4s may be significant. Yes, period of rest. So 4 of Swords, you see this nice field that the sword is laying in? It's resting. We had the 9 of Stones earlier. And also with this Four of Stones, definitely, look, it's like a Zen garden. Definitely, yes, rest. Create your home. Where's the home? The Nine of Stones. Create your inner sanctuary and your physical sanctuary. Make it a place where you feel very rested. If this might be a message for some of you, like if you've been wanting to clean or organize, maybe your place is a little bit chaotic and it's not really supportive for you, try seeing what it feels like to clean it out. Like clean up a little space or corner and see what it feels like to live in a more clean, airy, fresh place rather than a chaotic, maybe messy place, right? Just see what it feels like. This is a message for some of you, so some of you might benefit from that. But whatever that looks like for you, make it how you want, make it, supportive, make it fun, and rest. And when you are in that space, you will know what it feels like to rest. You know when you like come home, well, I don't know, when you come home and take off your shoes and you're so excited, you're like, I can finally rest. It feels so good to be home, to be here, to not, perform or do anything else. You're home because you can just be yourself. You can rest and do whatever you want. That's what it needs to feel like. Four of Stones, keep your energy sacred. Discern. Take some time to yourself. See these rings again. Keep people outside the rings until they feel aligned. If they get closer and your peace is disrupted, your home doesn't feel good, inner and physical home don't feel good, that's a sign for you to pay attention and maybe push out to the outer ring. A lot of swords and earth energy here, so definitely coming out of your head, coming out of that mental energy, dropping into your body, dropping into your energy, dropping into your physical plane home, and paying attention to that. And then the Two of Swords, mental energy again of choice points, making decisions. For the Two of Swords, it's being caught in this energy of when there's a decision to be made, a choice to be made, there's some fear there because there's fear of choosing the wrong path. Why is there fear? There's no right or wrong. What feels good? What feels aligned? If you make a choice and it ends up not feeling the way you would like it to feel, you can pivot. It's not permanent. You can always pivot toward your yes. Nothing is permanent. You can always make a choice that will affect it. So getting out of that mental energy and choosing what feels good for you, what feels like peace, what feels more homey for you. All right, I wanted to pull an oracle card. Let me go grab an oracle. Okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. All right, I have this feeling deck that I like. It has like rainbow clouds on it. This is just some more messages for you as I leave you. Okay. Final messages to close out. Oh. Okay, we have float and ground. This is funny because we have literally like it was a majority swords and stones, and now we have float and ground. It definitely is like marrying the two. And we did have like the lovers and the two of swords. It's definitely like different energies coming together. So float, feel the air around you. Let the universe cradle you for a while. Ground, let your surroundings hold you. You are safe. You are here. In each of these scenarios, you are feeling very supported, right? You're feeling supported by the universe, feeling that float, right? Feeling that yes, that magical cradle. And then for ground, this is when you feel safe, right? And that's what you want. It's the energies that make you feel like you are flying high in the sky, like floating toward the stars, like expanse, that expanse, right? Floating, flying, but then also the grounded energy. Feeling like you are stable, feeling like you are secure. We are living a human life, so not forgetting that. But we have the soul of a siren, and we can marry the energies together, right? Float and ground. Okay, well, those are all the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. If you resonated with any of the messages, please subscribe, comment, or like. Let me know how this worked out in your life. And as always, I'm sending you warm wishes and soothing hums.